Merry Christmas everybody. I wanted to do a Christmas video. I was going to try and prep one in advance and do it on Christmas Eve, but I thought it'd be nice to let me have my Christmas morning cup of tea before breakfast and do a video with me looking very unkempt. So there you have it. I've got a couple of different things. I'm going to do like should I fly it bonanza type thing. I've got stuff for XWing, Imperial Assault, Armada, and just going to generally have a bit of a Christmas chat. So if you do watch a video, thank you. I hope you're having a good Christmas, or had a good Christmas if you watch it sometime in the future. So we'll get straight into the X-Wing one first, I think. Yeah. So I got a message through on the YouTube channel asking if I could do a Should I Fly It on This List by Titanium Chopstick. So here we go. He was looking at a way of fitting in a U-Wing with all the other stuff he likes flying, which happens to be Corran horn. So we've got the usual 48-point Corran horn, which just does everything it does, and then we've got stuff to try and facilitate all of that happening. So you have Heff in the U-Wing with Zeb, Chopper, Pivot Wing and Tactical Jammer. So this is just a really big blocking type ship. It's going to designed to get in the way, make people have to shoot through it, and let Zeb keep just hammering away. The problem I do see is that you're going to have to keep Biggs pretty close and isolated to make sure that they can take advantage of Zeb themselves, so that they're having to shoot through Heff at Biggs, giving Biggs the extra agility. If you can get those situations to work, I think there's a lot of potential in it. But as soon as you've engaged, and if they manage to get past you, it can really start to go down. So maybe some form of ion would go well if you could find the points to give maybe an ion projector, then you lose tactical jammers. So it's tricky, but it could work. Obviously the hope is that whilst all of these shenanigans are going on in the middle, you manage to get a good position with Corran horn and start hammering away, and that's what will win you games with this list, is Corran doing Corran things, taking a little bit of fire, regenerating, dropping into Biggs' bubble to save himself, get those green moves, get the shield back all the time, outputting damage. And if you can distract them enough with your Heff Big shenanigans, Corran can really go to town. But as we've seen at Worlds recently, and the last 2 years in fact, if people can manage to focus down Corran first, it's a massive points investment that it can be hard to come back from. And I think this list is no different. If you lose Corran early, there's not much, you're not going to be putting out enough damage to really recover from that, because the tricks you've got aren't really going to make up for the lack of manoeuvrability the list will have. So there's the X-Wing one. I hope that's a good enough Should I Fly It Titanium. If you've got comments on it, or if I'm missing some different interplay, but that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully it covers it. Anyone else wants to send lists in, I do try and prioritise any lists I get from the Patreon people first, but I'll happily do these kind of videos if you like seeing me analysing other people's lists as well. It's not a problem, and you know, it is Christmas after all, so speaking of Christmas, I was up late last night because we went to the bar for Christmas, had a nice pub lunch and a couple of drinks, went to our friend's house, and we came back and we're gonna throw some like chicken fingers and stuff in the oven while we watched Die Hard. Normally I do watch It's a Wonderful Life at Christmas, but I was in a Die Hard mood last night, so we watched Die Hard, and then the oven just broke. So I was up last night cooking the chicken, because it's only myself and my wife. My parents couldn't make it over this year. Joel's parents were out in September, so it's just the two of us. I wasn't going to get a big turkey for the two of us, so I had to cook the chicken in the slow cooker last night. I've got a ham I'm going to be cooking right now, in fact, in the slow cooker. That'll be upstairs, hopefully, getting underway. So our Christmas dinner has been pushed back to a Christmas supper now, so it'll be okay. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to just change the element in the cooker. Occasionally I get to do useful things around the house. You'll see there's an insight into the Sheriff family Christmas. The Dice 8 family Christmas, whatever. So, for Imperial Assault, I know that Jabba's Realm should be hitting this week. I believe it's going to be on the 29th. So I wanted to do a fun type of mercenary list. We've had a rebel list, so now mercenary / scum and villainy list. So kind of spoils what Armada's going to be, but it's fine. I have Greedo. So I've been really enjoying using Greedo. His speed and health and shenanigans with his parting shot and the range you can hit from are all really useful tools, especially at that 4-point level. I just let him hang around terminals, stuff like that, and just generally be one of those activations that I can use early and not threat too much about. Then Bossk has been pretty good for me recently. He just outputs raw damage, and that's what his job is. And then I'm going for 2 squadrons of eWeequay pirates at the elite level. My thinking with these, because in the list I had been running, I had some HK assassin droids, and whilst they've got really nice 3 dice attack and lots of good abilities, coming in at a point more for a little bit less health. Sorry guys. And I think these could be a good replacement and also add a little bit more backbone to the list with the extra health. And they have a similar ability in that they can obviously they can't reroll their own dice and their opponents like the assassin droids can, but you get the 50-50, you can do one or the other with the raider ability. Going into the elite level, I can give them both hidden in the earlier rounds, which lets you attack when you've got that guaranteed surge, which with 2 green dice and a hidden condition, you're probably going to be getting a couple of surges anyway. So you're looking at a minimum accuracy of like 6 squares away. So you can still punch out from range in the same kind of way as the HKs do, but I think these are going to have a good bit of value to them. I wouldn't mind trying to get a Gideon and Jabba in the list, or 3PO as well, and just have lots of focuses going around. But I wanted to keep this more of a mercenary-centric list. So 2 squads of 2 deployment cards of eWeequay pirates. I think they'll do a lot of the grunt work and make up for the lower activation counts. This comes in at 6 activations. Then we have Jabba the Hutt himself. He is just there to fill that gap that not having Gideon does, but also adds a lot more tricks to the list, letting you attack again with somebody, adding movement, the ability to focus anyone, not needing line of sight, command card draw, and extra ways to gain victory points. Then we have Vinto Herida. There we go. I think I'm right there. And he's just there to be the one that they have to kill first. You can't really let this guy run around too much because of his rapid fire and bolt swinger just throwing damage around all the time. It's pretty consistent, and I think he's going to be one of the winners out of the actual Jabba's Realm box. Then we have First Strike and Devious Schemes. Devious Schemes because I think the 6 activation lists really benefit from the as guaranteed as you can get, picking your deployment zone and also going second. So you get to go first, barring any take initiative shenanigans. I think it's a really strong way of doing it, because you want to get into position in the early turns with your hidden and all your positioning tricks. So I think that's a good way. And obviously First Strike works in 2 ways in this list. It can either, because I've got ways of scoring extra points just by killing stuff with Jabba, it can just give you that bump. Obviously your opponent gets those points as well, or you can use it to fuel Jabba to do the order hit ability, and if you've got Bossk into position, so he then gets to attack, indiscriminate fire, and attack again, and still have movement points and stuff like that, you can really start those wrecking ball chains going. But it is pretty centric on Bossk doing a lot of the order hits, but it lets you do that twice before you've actually scored any points, so I think that's got some value in it. Later on, after I've played around with Jabba, First Strike is probably the one I would drop first, and maybe go down to only 1 unit of eWeequay pirates, and maybe look to get a couple of extra activations. So I do prefer sitting at 7 activations for my Imperial Assault lists, but 6 is solid. I mean, the world's list this year was 6, so I think quite a few of the strong lists were at 6 activations, so there's nothing wrong with sitting at that level. Then let's have a look at Armada. So this one, I'm still trying to think of a good way of laying out the Armada stuff for you all to have a look at, but I just decided to do the just the fleet printout. So we're going Imperials, and I wanted to do maybe a rebel style Imperial list when you sort of the corvettes and stuff like that. So with the light cruiser coming out, I wanted to just spam a lot of the light stuff, and this is more of a fun list. This one definitely I'm not expecting to rock the world, but we have a relatively expensive light cruiser coming in at 100 points, but it's also relatively reliable with Minister Tau giving you the extra defensive retrofit. So I've got advanced projectors and reinforced blast doors, dual turbolaser turrets, as it was pointed out to me when I did a review of a light cruiser. Dual turbolasers let you roll an extra dice and then remove one. You can obviously remove the actual extra dice that you roll in if it doesn't come up better than what you already have. So I do think that's actually a pretty nice ability, especially the way I want to play this will be sitting at range sniping. Moff Jerjerrod, just to give me even more maneuverability options if I need it. Then we have 2 Raider 1s, both with Ordnance experts and Flechette torpedoes. This is mainly to get in and disrupt any of my opponent's squadrons, but also the 51 point ships, so relatively cheap, but they can get in and they can really pound on squadrons and switch the activation with the Flechette torpedoes, or you can actually get them in some good positions to start whaling on some damaged ships and try and use them as finishing pieces. And then 2 Gozantis, and they're there to give me a bit of activation advantage, up to 5 activations in the list, and they are there to push the bombers around because it's a rhymer ball. So we do have 2 decimators, so they're there because I really want to try them. I think it'll be fun, but the main damage from the list is going to come from Major Rhymer, the 4 bombers, so they're going to do what they do, get pushed around by the Gozantis, and hopefully do the heavy lifting of the list. And there's a potential that there can be enough of a distraction to let you just keep chipping away. I feel like the list is going to be light on raw damage output. It can't go toe to toe with anything, so it needs to really fly well, which I will struggle with to start because I've not played a lot of Armada. But I've gone for the objectives I think that will encourage that style of play. So close range intel scan is all about me dropping accuracies, because I can reach out with the blues on the Gozantis, the blues on the Raiders. I'm hoping I can nip in, steal some cheap points that way. Also with the light cruiser, and just can't try and, as it was described on a different podcast, I try and nickel and dime the way to winning that one, and just try and use it to just get that little bit of points advantage. So if you can kill one big ship or do a bit of spread damage with your decimators on fighters and things like that, you should be able to come out ahead. I don't think you're going to 10-0 anyone, so it definitely isn't a world winning list, but I think there's potential that it would sneak through and do a good amount of damage. Then the is it the yellow objective, planetary ion cannon? This is just a good one for me. I don't think many people choose to play into it because it's just adding extra dice. It's a free attack for me. You get to pick which hull zone it goes into again, so you can do it on the position where you're going to hammer them with the bombers and get those shields down early. And you can stack, the tokens can all be stacked on top of each other, or you can use it to really corner off one part of the battlefield. So there's scope. I'll have to play around with it on the table, but getting those tokens in a good position is going to be key. But you do get a pretty big bubble around it, so you should definitely be able to do some damage with this ion cannon if you play the list around where you want to be. And then an old stable of the bomber list would be superior positions. So I'm hoping that all of them would be advantageous to me, and then to try and guarantee that I get to be second player, I do have the 10-point initiative bid. So something I'll try and get on the table. I don't know, like I say, my Armada skills are extremely rusty at the moment, but it should be okay. I'm not too worried about getting smashed at Armada. My ego isn't tied massively to Armada. That's that. And then Destiny, I've still been playing around with my just a Vader Raider deck. I've not managed to build anything too fun and outside the box just yet, but Destiny's been going well. I'm still waiting for a couple of trades to come in. I'm not buying any more Destiny after those 4 boxes that I opened on the stream, so I'll just try and trade my way, and then I'll buy some singles if I have to finish the set. But it's been good fun. And what else do we have? Yeah, so I've not finished it yet. I did make a video for painting this. I have to actually put the video, edit it together, but I did the repaint. So me and Luke said we were gonna have a bit of a paint off, so I've never really repainted an X-Wing ship. So there is my bounty hunter. It's coming along. Strange Aeon, that video seemed to be received surprisingly well, so thanks everyone who liked that. I'll definitely make sure I get Uncle Mike on and we'll have a chat and try and show off some of the models and painting for that. And just going into a new year, it's been pretty busy. We already have the competition running at the moment for the Akbar and Raider card, so that'll be drawn soon. Well, it's going to be drawn on the 1st of December. I'm going to do a Christmas Day one, so if you manage to sit 18 minutes into a video, you're going to get the chance to win a U-Wing. I'll pick it up tomorrow and I'll get it shipped off. I'll probably draw that on the same day. We'll draw that on the 1st, on New Year's Day as well. So that should be good fun. What shall we do? I don't know. I might just do. Okay, we'll do. Oh dear, I should have thought about this. I've got YouTube comments for. Yeah, okay, we'll stick with the theme. If you subscribe to a YouTube channel, just throw a comment on the video. Just yeah. Anyone who likes a video, no, in fact, no, not liking the video, that's fine, you don't need to like it, I'm not that egocentric. But as long as you subscribe to a channel and you send a message, just put in Merry Christmas, there you go. Yeah, throw a Merry Christmas in the message and you'll be eligible to win. I'll be announcing them on a video on the 1st, and then I'll get you to email me your address or something like that. Yeah, that should be everything really. hope you guys are having a pleasant Christmas. I said to my wife I'll keep this video to 20 minutes for all 3 game systems, and I'm at 20 seconds to go. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it around, help us get past the 900 subscribers. We're getting closer by the day. And then if you feel like helping support me buying a new cooker, get on the Patreon and support the channel that way, and I'll be able to cook Christmas turkeys properly next year. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.